Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Monday. It's the 12th day of December 2022. I hope you had a good weekend and that you're safe and healthy, and the same could be said of your family. In terms of your food and shelter and clothing, I hope your needs are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, as well as the first responders, who every day risk their lives to save lives. Blessings also upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep streets and sidewalks, parks, stairwells, and buildings clean, and those that make deliveries of food, water, and mail for for our convenience, as well as other important things. Double blessings on the men and women who are out here trying to help rescue and deliver and recover the teenagers and the children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. The victims also of pornography and child pornography. The victims also of prostitution and child prostitution, of human trafficking and sex slavery, and double curses on the perpetrators, the perverts, and the profiteers who are out here trafficking and profiting in this human misery and degradation. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children, mostly children, in the streets of the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions, and blessings upon them. For theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game last night. The New York Knicks played host to the Sacramento Kings, and the Knicks defeated the Kings 112-99. Fourth consecutive win for the New York Knicks. The defense, again, really Tom Thibodeau style defense is back at Madison Square Garden. They really did a tremendous job on the Kings. The Kings are not no pushovers. They were playing without De'Aaron Fox, but they just beat Cleveland Friday without De'Aaron Fox. They're really good now. With their new coach Mike Brown and the addition of Keegan Murray, and then of course they had Sabonis, and they got Davion Mitchell. Y'all remember Davion Mitchell? Not what they call that, off night because of his defense. They're really good, and so they actually had a 6-game winning streak earlier this season. So they're really good right now. As far as I think they're, even before the game, coming into the game last night, they were 14-10, and they were fifth in the West. And they still fifth in the West. Last night they're 14-11 after they lost to us, and they're fifth in the West. That's no joke. They're really good. They're legit this year. And so when they came into Madison Square Garden, it was going to be a battle, but the Knicks handled them from start to finish. It was, the Knicks were handling them from the first quarter on. They, as most NBA teams, made a run in the third quarter, but the Knicks withstood that run and went on to win the basketball game. The Knicks are playing dominant defense right now. And it's really, again, the core is Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, and Deuce McBride. That core is what's causing this. Okay. You add, and it inspires the rest of the team. So you have Brunson, you have RJ, you have Julius Randle playing better. They're all playing better defense, but it's these three guys. Mitch Rob always had it. He just didn't have the support around him. Okay. Especially at the point of attack. But now the Knicks, for the first time in a while, they had it with Elfrid Payton. The last time the Knicks had point of attack, serious defensive guard was Elfrid Payton. And that's when we won 41 out of 72 games and was fourth in the East. Okay. And Payton couldn't shoot, couldn't score, but defensively, you see Tom Thibodeau needs point of attack defense and rim protection in his style defense. He has the rim protection in Mitchell Robinson. He just didn't have the point of attack in Kemba Walker. He didn't have the point of attack in Evan Fournier. He didn't have the point of attack in any of those guys that they played prior to now. Even in Alec Burks, who was at least a semblance of it, but not really. He's playing out of position. So now he's got it. Okay. And now not only does he have it, but these are kids that he has drafted, that he wanted, he handpicked, and he developed. And so now he's letting them loose. They have won his trust. They have gone through his hell, and here they are, and here we are. And the Knicks are reeled off 4 straight now. So I feel like they're going to continue to get better. Not that they never have another losing streak. They will, but I ain't going to jump off a bridge when they lose 3 straight at some point, which they will. But they're going to win they're going to have several winning streaks as well. See, so I think I'm still sticking with 45 wins or more for the New York Knicks. I still think that that's a very reasonable and likely achievable goal. I know that I'm very confident he's going to lead them to their second playoff berth in 3 seasons. And I'm very confident in the front office, very confident in the whole thing that we got right now. I like what the Knicks are looking like overall from top to bottom right now. And so I'm not going to whine about Cam not playing, not going to whine about what mistakes Leon might have made or how Thibodeau can't run offense. Some of y'all just need to whine. I don't have no cheese for you, but I'm all in on the Knicks from front office down right now. So I'm very confident in how they're doing this. And again, they just won 4 straight games. Okay. So last night, of course, Julius Randle started off like gangbusters. He's been playing out of his mind, really this season, but especially during this winning streak. He's been playing out of his mind, man. The addition of the 2 kids, Grimes and McBride, into the rotation, and then getting more quickly out there as well, really makes the game easier for everybody. The ball moves a lot better, even though last night they only had 19 assists. The ball moves a lot better though. Now, he went off like gangbusters. He had a game's worth of stats at the halftime last night. 27 points. I think he had 9 boards at half. That's a game's worth of stats right there. He was killing. But then he didn't get a call that he wanted. Now, the refereeing was the worst referee I have seen in an NBA game in a long time, and certainly the worst at Madison Square Garden this season. And that's saying something, because the refs seem to have it out for the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. They suck. But last night was on a different level. They were bad. They had a rookie ref, and he looked like a rookie ref. He was really bad last night. Okay. So he did get fouled. And when he didn't get the call, he jumps in the ref's face. Now, in the NBA, they'll let you get away with that a little bit, but then they'll tell you, they'll usually do it like this. They'll raise their hand. And what they're telling you is, don't say another word, back away. I'm about to give you a tech. He ignored that. Got the tech. The Knicks were shorthanded without Obi Toppin. Okay. Tom is sitting Reddish, Rose, and Fournier. So you're going with a 9-man rotation right now. And now you got 8. So what does he do? He runs across the court to the other ref. And immediately gets a second tech and gets thrown out the game. And then, to make matters worse, as if they could get worse, Tom Thibodeau and R.J. Barrett are saying, we should have grabbed him before he went out of control. Okay, wait a minute. This is a grown man. 28 years old. 2 kids. He's making $25 million this season. He can't control himself. And that's really what they're saying. He can't control himself. Like this is an issue. That they should have grabbed him. They should stop him from hurting himself. You know what that sounds like. That sounds like a person that is psychologically off. When you say stuff like that, stop him from hurting himself. That's somebody that's liable to kill himself or whatever. In the street, you'd be like, oh, you got to stop him from hurting himself. Like, does he need one of them jackets? I mean, what? That's scary. It is. And so, he got thrown out. I don't know if he'll get fined by the league. He won't miss a game. He didn't hit anybody or anything, but it's not the first time. But just to highlight the positive of it, if this was last year in Phoenix, we lose, right? Or if it's any other game like this, we lose. Especially against a good team like the Kings. They make a run, we lose our lead, and we lose the game. But instead, the Knicks actually extended the lead and held up and fought off the run. And they did it with 5 guys on the floor that we drafted. It's the first time that I have seen this since all these guys were drafted in crunch time, in the time when you need to stop. I've seen it in garbage time, but this is Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, Quentin Grimes, Immanuel Quickley, Deuce McBride. 5 guys we drafted, and they were beating the Kings. That's the good thing about it. Whereas in times past, even in this season, If this had happened, we lose this game. Okay, we lose this game. If Fournier was starting with Kemba Walker, we lose this game. Okay, we lose this game. If Elfrid Payton was starting, we lose this game. Okay, we lose this game. But the insertion of these kids, the youngins that we drafted, has changed everything. And the thing is, I'm not going to be one of those that, well, he should have did this or should have, would have, could have. Some of y'all should have, would have, could have got problems, man. But no, Tibbs did his program, got these kids through his program. They're all better now, and they've won his trust. And now he's playing them 4 straight. 4 straight wins. Now, Brunson is hurt. He's been banged up now. He's been getting beat up like Rocky Balboa all season. But last night, man, he took a couple of really bad falls. I wouldn't be surprised if he played Wednesday, and I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play Wednesday. Okay. Now, if he doesn't play Wednesday, I think Tibbs has to give a hard look at Cam Reddish. And the reason I say Cam Reddish, he's not going to put Fournier in the rotation. And D Rose, we don't need D Rose. We got Quick and McBride. We got Quick and Deuce. We good. But we do need a backup 4 right now. I mean, he playing Sims there. Sims, it's not fair to him, I don't think, to be putting him in that position because he hasn't worked on being a 4. Maybe after next summer, let him work during the season, during the off season on his jump shot. But during the course of an NBA game, the games come so fast. There is not enough time to make that type of change in your game. It's really difficult in the NBA to do that. It's difficult, period. But in the NBA, it's hard. So it's hard. And I'm just don't know how long he can get away with doing it before it bites us in the butt. But we're going to see. The good thing about that pairing of Sims and Hartenstein is that Sims is athletic enough to go out to the 3-point line and guard anybody. So that's on the defensive end, the most important part, it will work. Offensively, it's going to be difficult, but he's going to probably keep doing that. And I ain't going to argue with it. But I'm concerned if Brunson doesn't play, we'll be going with 7. That's the problem. If Brunson doesn't play, well, that's not true. If Brunson doesn't play, we'll be still going with 8 because he's just going to play Sims at the 4. Okay. I guess we're not in as bad a shape, but I still think he would have to have a hard look at Cam Reddish because Cam has been in the starting lineup this year. He's been in the rotation. He's played well. Yes, he had a couple of bad games, but he's played well. So we may have to take a hard look at him if Brunson can't go. If Brunson can't go, then you're still you'll have, if Brunson can't go, you really got 8. I think you got to take a hard look at Cam. You want to play, to me, you can have a backup 4 in Cam. I'm not worried about the point guard spot. We got 2 good point guards. I'm not worried about that. And I'm really not worried about the wings so much with RJ and Grimes, but you really want to have a third wheel, through there. Quickly could help with that, but Cam would be better suited for it, right? So we're going to see what happens. If Brunson plays Wednesday, it's a moot point. But if he doesn't play Wednesday, you got to look at Cam. I think he should. Okay. Just to, and I feel like if Brunson does sit Wednesday, unless he's got a torn ligament or a broken bone, he's playing Friday. That's him. He's tough as nails, man. So if he doesn't have a torn ligament or a broken bone, he's playing Friday. If he, and if he doesn't have a torn ligament or a broken bone, he's probably playing Wednesday. That's how tough this dude is. But we got to be ready for this contingency. Right now, we had 4 straight. Again, the defense is tremendous. The Knicks are averaging, in that 4-game winning streak, something like 94, 93 points a game. That's elite defense. That's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at elite defense from the New York Knicks. This is Tom Thibodeau. For all y'all kept saying, he's supposed to be such a defensive guru, shut up. Because he is. Now he's got his crew. Okay, I'm sorry Cam ain't in it. But I ain't got no cheese for your wine. Cam ain't in it. I wish Cam the best. And I hope that if we do have to go with 8, that he brings Cam back in there. But if Cam gets traded, he gets traded. Okay, and I wish him the best. I hope he starts. I've told y'all last summer I thought he'd be really good next to LeBron in LA. I still do. I think if LeBron, you give LeBron James a kid like Cam Reddish playing next to him, and you got Lonnie Walker the fourth on the other side, I think he'd be in good shape. Okay, so we'll see what happens, but yeah, he's side of rotation. It is what it is, y'all. We got to move on. Then we move forward. But but I'm very confident in this team with this rotation that Tom has because of Grimes and Deuce and Mitch Rob. All three healthy, all three playing together. That's a tremendous defensive unit. And RJ kind of feeds off of that defensively. And last night, he played 44 minutes, man. He played 44 minutes, scored 27 points, 9 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. That's RJ Barrett's night. 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 2 of 6 from the 3-point line, 9 of 21 from the field. Not the most efficient, but see, I ain't worried about RJ. I keep telling y'all, leave RJ alone. Quit whining about. Some of y'all just need something to whine about. Maybe you should open a wine and trees place because you just whine all the time, right? But RJ is cool. We good with him. We good with him. And Grimes, of course, last night he was 2 of 8 from the field. He was just not shooting the ball a lot, period, last night when he took 8 shots. But I think he was focusing, and what I love about him, he focuses on what is necessary to win. So he's always bringing his defense, but last night he was more about moving the basketball. And, we need that. He was more about moving the ball and getting the team in position to score, and he was doing that at a wonderful, really way yesterday. Really, really good. So, and of course, that's Deuce as well. They're more concerned with what does the team need from them to win tonight? And if it's shooting, Grimes will bring it. So will Deuce eventually. I'm telling y'all, it's just a matter of time. Deuce can shoot the rock, and he's going to show y'all. He needs about 10 games to get this 20 minutes a game acclimated, and you're going to see that shot start dropping. He's going to be good, man. I'm not worried about him. And then quickly, one of the things I was encouraged about quickly was the quote, and I hope it's right. I hope it's a true quote. It was in SNY. It's still okay, because me and Begley, quotes on SNY. But this is the difference. So Cam Reddish, they asked Cam Reddish, did you request a trade? Cam said, no, I did. That's false. I didn't request a trade. That's a dumb question because it's not only a dumb question, it's a really sinister question because it's a question that if he would have said, yeah, I requested a trade, I want to get out of New York, that brings dissension to the locker room. And that was the design of the question. Okay. I don't buy all this just asking an innocent question from these reporters. That was designed to create dissension in the locker room right there. But Cam cut it off snipped it right there and said, no, I didn't ask for it. I don't know where this come from, blah, blah, blah. Even if he did, that's the answer he's supposed to get. Okay. That's different than what happened with Quickly. They asked Quickly regarding the trade rumors that his name keeps coming up in trade rumors. Now, there's 2 answers to this question. The first answer could be, this is a business. And it is. He could say, this is a business. NBA is a business. You never know what's going to happen. That's telling you he wants to leave. The second answer, which is the one he gave, is, I don't want to leave New York. I like playing in New York. That's a different answer. Because now you're not opening any possibility that you want to leave. You're saying you want to stay here. So if that's the case, if he's willing to be the captain of Mobb Deep going forward, the Knicks are in really, really good shape because Quickly is going to be a real player. And like I said, he's a starter level talent. He could start for 4 NBA teams right now. He could. And so if he's willing to stay and play Mobb Deep for the Knicks, we're in good shape. With him and Obi, we're in good shape for years to come. And I'm thinking if he's willing to do that, I'm looking at 4 years, $60 million for him. And Obi actually. 4 years, twin 4 year, $60 million deals, $15 million a year. I think that would be appropriate for both of those cats, especially with the rising cap, and that the Knicks will be able to clear about $39 million in cap space between now and next summer. They'll be able to clear about $39 million in cap space with the Rose Fournier contracts gone, and Reddish also is an expiring deal. So there's about $39 million of cap space right there that they'll be able to clear. They don't have to worry about Grimes. They don't have to worry about Deuce right now. They don't have to worry about those guys. And so, and they got Robinson locked up. They got Randle locked up. So we're in good shape on all those fronts, and the cap is rising. So we wouldn't even have to worry about the tax apron. We wouldn't be anywhere near that, and we'd have locked up a whole rotation at very reasonable prices. Very reasonable prices. So if he, and this is key, if Quickly wants to stay, and it's really up to Quickly. Some of y'all don't understand that. This is not up to the Knicks. This is up to Emmanuel Quickly. If he decides, I want to go start for Miami, or I want to go start for the Wizards, he could go. Yeah, they can hold him for another year, but it's only a matter of time, right? He could go, okay? But if he decides, we're winning, I think we could win a chip in New York, and I don't mind playing on a championship team and being the leader with me and my boy Obi of Mobb Deep, hey, we're in good shape at that point. We're in very good shape because now you've locked up your first 7 players. You locked up 7. And wait, you got locked up Sims too. Sims 3 years, $6 million already signed. So you locked up 8 players right there in a rotation, and you got a good rotation. Okay, so let's see how this plays out. This is going to be really interesting to see. If that's the case, I don't think they're going to trade him this February. Unless really he's lying to us and he wants to leave, okay? But if he's honest, and I hope he is, then he's going to be here at least through this trade deadline, and that's good. That's good news. Rose, Fournier, and Reddish will be gone. If they can get a deal for them, they're going to be gone. Even if they got to attach a pick, those cats are gone. And we're not looking to bring anything back but expiring money. That's what I'm saying. They represent $39 million of cap space. We got to pay Quick. We got to pay Obi. I'm thinking 15 a piece. That's 30 million right there, right? And we're still below the cap. So, that would be a good situation. And really at this point of the development of the Knicks, you're most concerned with the tax apron. You're not as concerned with the cap as you are with tax. You don't get penalized for being over the cap. You get penalized for being over the tax apron. They would be nowhere near the tax apron, and it's going up. So we'd be in a good shape there. And moving into their next progression, the next iteration, which is perennial playoff. This year, I'm telling you, they're going to make the playoffs. And they're going to make the playoffs for the second time in 3 years. That's going to be the narrative. And don't let them win the first round. Then we're really moving to the next level. So we'll see what happens, but we're in good shape. Against the Bulls, again, we're going to see if Brunson can play. That would be a determining factor, I think, is if Cam's going to we're going to get a Cam sighting. We'll find out. Hopefully Tibbs, as he said yesterday, will really have some words for Julius Randle. I'd like to see him come out and apologize to the team publicly because he acted like a fool. He showed his behind publicly. He should come out and apologize to his teammates and to the fans publicly for acting a fool. But he hasn't shown a penchant for doing that in the past, and that's been one of his character issues that I've had a problem with. Uses his child to say, my son is out there and people are doing all this when he was telling the crowd to STFU and putting his thumb down. But he said we shouldn't react because his son is there. That was Bush League move, man. And then, never apologizing for what he did. So, we'll see. But these are the issues that we have with Julius Randle. It's not his talent. Again, it's not his talent. If this was another year, we lost this game. But because of the Grimes, Deuce, Mitch dynamic, we won the game. And we will continue to win because that shows the raising of the New York Knicks floor now. Okay? But he's going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do. He's going to do this again. This ain't the last of it. Okay? And he's going to have 40-point games. But he's going to do stuff like this too. This is what you get with Julius Randle. So I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. But on to the next game. All right? On to the next game. Anyway, next time, we're talking about Chicago. Y'all have a very safe, healthy Monday. Shalom.